having a get-together, does the idea of hosting a dinner party terrify you? Maybe I have just the book for you. Let's find out. I'm Chef Larissa DaCosta, chop champion and private chef to Hollywood's rich and famous. I've been trained in some of the world's best restaurants, and I'm here to help you find the cookbooks that meet your needs and match your level. Today's book is Let's Party by Dan Pelosi. You might know him as Grocer Pelosi.
Hi, Homeworthy. Welcome home.
He is a very passionate home cook and entertainer. He is a Good Morning America regular. He's a New York Times cooking contributor, and he's the author of 2 very successful best-selling books, Let's Eat and Let's Party. He's funny, he is unapologetically himself, and frankly, it seems like people love him for that just as much as they love him for his food. His go-to cuisines are Italian American and classic American, and he learned how to cook from his loud, fun, and food-centric family. And that might be why he's today's queen of comfort food. I picked Let's Party for today's episode of Read It because the holidays are upon us and some of us are already thinking about hosting or at least trying to survive it. And I wanted to pick a book that took the panic out of entertaining.
You make me hot. You make me very hot.
Something that felt fun, joyful, and actually doable. And this book promises just that. Today, we're making his Pumpkin Cider-Braised Pork Shoulder. This recipe killed. I picked this recipe because I think it represents the book super well. A great swap if making a ham sounds too intimidating. This recipe still delivers that decadent, sweet holiday festiveness without breaking the bank or your bag. We're gonna get our pork shoulder. If your pork feels a little damp, you just wanna pat it dry. If it's too wet, your seasoning is not gonna stick as much as you want. I'm gonna do a very generous coating here of salt and pepper because the piece of pork is quite large. So I'm getting all the sides. It's really weird to cook with my hair down and properly cook food like meat and stuff. But here we go. Anything for the glam, the glam of the gram. The things I do for you. We're gonna very generously scrunch the pepper into our pork. Flip it. There's quite a lot of cider in this dish, so if you don't add enough pepper, it will kind of lose its peppery essence. So now, we have 2 medium red onions. Pole to pole first. We take the outer layer or outer layers off, whatever looks dry and a little brittle that you don't think is worthy of cooking. We're gonna slice them pole to pole. Oh, I'm gonna start crying on camera. I told you not to say that. Jack, don't go. It's just onions. Anyways, let's go. So humbling. Okay, I have thinly sliced onions at last. It might have costed my dignity, but they're here. When you're peeling garlic and you wanna do minced garlic, you can kind of smash your hand on the knife very carefully. But because it asks for thinly sliced garlic, we're actually gonna carefully peel it piece by piece so we maintain the integrity of the garlic. Can you buy peeled garlic? I freaking hate pre-peeled garlic because it doesn't taste like garlic. Cook, I don't know, something very simple with the pre-peeled garlic versus the fresh garlic. It's a total different dish. You just want to make sure you do your little bear claw here because your knife's gonna get very close to your hand and you can slice it lengthwise, but let's do this way, it's gonna be faster. If you have a mandolin at home, you're welcome to slice with a mandolin. It makes the slices very even, but you do have to be very careful with your fingers. If you're not very confident, this is the best way to go, and you can take it very slow like this. It's totally fine. No one's gonna judge you. It's gonna be just as delicious. We got our sliced red onion and we got our thinly sliced garlic cloves. And that's really about it for prep. Salt and pepper on the pork. We got our sage bunches over here. And this recipe is easy peasy lemon squeezy, I swear to God. We're gonna get a Dutch oven and we're gonna start frying our pork and I'll show you how. So we wanna make sure our Dutch oven is nice and hot. So we're just gonna go oil and it's glistening right away. And we're gonna do our first piece of pork. We're gonna wait until all the sides are golden brown. It's gonna take about 5 minutes on each side. You want your flame to be about medium high here. So see, this means it's all ready to be flipped, beautifully caramelized, golden color. Let's go flip to the other side. Now all the sides of my pork is beautiful. I'm gonna nestle them together here. Play a little pork Tetris. Throw the rest of the juices in here. So this is a little pumpkin cider, woo! We're doing second one, woo! If this is not a holiday dish, I don't know what is. I'm gonna do a little bit more cider. It's about 32 ounces here. Just a little extra splash for good luck. Cover with our red onions, our beautifully thin sliced garlic. We're gonna bring some sweetness in with a little bit of brown sugar. Phenomenal. He asks for 2 bunches of sage. I recommend you using just food twine. It's something that when you're braising and you're adding your herbs, you can tie them together and it makes it really easy. It doesn't need to look pretty, it just needs to work because we're gonna take this out in the end. So sage on the other side. I wanna make sure all my herbs and aromatics submerge so we can extract all that flavor. So overall, very simple prep. We prep our onions, our garlic, we washed our herbs, coated our meat with a little bit of salt and pepper and got it to a golden brown, and finito la festa. We're gonna cover. This little baby is gonna be in the oven for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and we're gonna see you soon. Nice. It's actually very tasty, and it does not taste like there's any alcohol in it. So we're about halfway through our braising stage. We're just gonna pull out the Dutch oven to flip the pork, and we're gonna throw it back in, and we get to take a look on how this is going. Don't put your face over this because steam is gonna happen. Here you go. Literally the smell alone could sell this book. My pork is already, I can see it's already pulling apart. You can pick it with the tongue and it comes right off. We're gonna taste test it. Hot, hot. Texture is amazing. I'm gonna adjust the salt because for me it needs more. I'm gonna put it down back in the oven because I want the flavors to develop a little bit more and I want my pork to tenderize even farther, especially in the part that wasn't submerged under the cider. So it's been about 2.5 hours and our pork smells phenomenal. So let's see what we got. Oh, it's sizzling hot. Basically what he suggests, and I think this is a great idea, is that we break down the pork and let it simmer in this hot broth. Because as you know, we only season the outside of the pork. So the inside of the pork will not be as flavorful. So if we break it down and let it simmer, all the sage, the garlic, all that cider, the acidity of the cider is gonna help penetrate the flavors in the meat to open the fibers, to let the juice kind of take over. This pork is essentially so tender, I can basically eat it with a spoon. Like the fibers break down very nicely. It's very juicy. Okay. There is so much umami. The cider adds that acidity that pairs with pork super well. The flavors are very subtle, but you do get garlic, you get tons of sage. You can transform this dish in so many different ways. It can be served in a holiday, potluck. It can be filling of a nice sandwich. You can elevate this dish by adding a handful of prunes and some pineapple rings to like bring that Christmassy vibe to it. I would swap the sugar out in this case if you add fruits and such, so it's not overly sweet. This is so fantastic to have a 3-step dish that's so simple that can be so versatile. I really hope that you can have a lot of fun making it, because this is something that can be made with friends. This can be something that can be gifted to someone, and that's the whole spirit of the book. Abrupt ending, always. I don't know why. I don't know how to end this review. This food review. It's delicious. Make it, eat it, enjoy, share with your friends. Transform it to new dishes if you must. Serve it with mashed potatoes. Serve it in the sandwich. Serve it in your holiday meal. I mean, that's it. That's it. Delicious pork and cut. Let me enjoy this. Off camera, we tested some other recipes, but the ones that stood out for me were the radicchio pepita and blue cheese salad, which was so fresh, really well balanced. The pear cuts through the bitterness of the radicchio beautifully. The blue cheese adds that decadent creaminess. The carrot and onion galette, this is the test version, this is the book version, was so stunning. It looks like something that took hours to make, but it's actually foolproof. The only advice I have for you is that if you make this dish, serve it right away, because puff pastry waits for no one. As for the book's aesthetics, at first, when I was analyzing the food styling, I wanted more polish, more edge. But then I realized this book isn't selling aspiration, it's selling attainable joy. The pictures aren't just of his food, it's of his friends, his family, his mentors, his boyfriend. It's real, it's human, it's warm. And what really surprised me is that Let's Party isn't just a cookbook, it's a hosting manual. Dan walks you through how to set the mood, how to set the table, how to build a guest list, when to start your prep, and how to pace your prep so you actually get to enjoy your own party. What a concept, right? Each chapter is built around a specific occasion, such as a picnic, a grilling party, a Thanksgiving dinner, and each chapter comes with its own quick guide for such occasion. It's smart, thoughtful, and surprisingly practical. Now, let's talk about what I didn't love. Some recipes to me felt a little bare. My chef brain kept wanting more. One more layer of flavor, a pop of freshness, maybe one more texture. And then, if you're watching this, I humbly suggest, can you please just add some fresh herbs when you finish a dish? You know, the lasagnetta yearned for a handful of fresh basil. The wings could totally use a coat of fresh chives. The pork belly was begging for a little bit of fresh cilantro. I really could go on, but you get the point. Details aside, I do like his recipes. But overall, what I love the most was his approach to hosting. He reminds you that a dinner party isn't just about the food, it's about the lighting, the music, the people, even having enough toilet paper in your bathroom. His writing feels like a pep talk with little fragments of a memoir. It's very personable, it's funny, and it's full of heart. It's also incredibly practical. The steps are short, there's no need for fancy equipment to execute his recipes, and the menus are seasonal, so no need to hunt down pomegranates in July. If you're a beginner cook or someone who loves the idea of hosting, this book is for you. But if you're also an experienced cook who loves the idea of enjoying even a little bit of your own party, this book is for you too. I am a classical example of someone who overcomplicates the menu and then ends up being stuck in the kitchen all night watching everyone else have fun. The biggest thing I personally learned is that hosting doesn't have to be an ordeal. Simplify the menu, make it cozy, pour a drink, be present, because that's the whole point. And that's it for today's episode of Read It. Have you come across any cookbooks that you'd like me to review? Drop them in comments below, and who knows, maybe I'll reveal one next time. Mwah! See you soon. Ciao!
Read it.